Hello, everybody. I'm Tim John, and I've got 75 friends here. Yeah, don't bother them. They're sitting on that chair too, so all the empty chairs are my friends. So just say hi to them and give them a free beer. I know other people have talked about this, but for me, it's something I still got to say is how to look young and svelte and cool getting up on this stage while my knees are going, you know, how not to look old. So it's a bigger fear for me than actually doing comedy, just getting on the stage and looking cool. Maybe not tripping on these chords. I thought what I would do is tell a story from the days of yore, and I have a lot of days of yore, being 58 years old. So this was when I was about 16 and full of a lot of testosterone and not a lot of brains. I think now it's probably the opposite. So I think so. But anyway, I was 16 and I was probably a junior in high school, and I went down with a group of people from my high school to Guatemala to do some what we call mission work. It wasn't really proselytizing; it was more doing hands-on things. And they had a earthquake not too long before that. So what we did, we went down there went with some Guatemalans. Of course, whenever you're from a first world country going to a third world country, you think you're helping when really they're just being very nice and saying, "Si, senor." You know, they made us look like we were helping when we really weren't. And the local people did 99% of the work. But anyway, they did put holes in the ground and then put barbed wire around them to make a wall, and then we packed the middle with mud. So that was supposed to be an earthquake-proof house, and I hope it worked. And but my note to myself was that I'm really probably not going to be a big help to anyone in my life, but it's still fun going and meeting and connecting with people. But while I was down there, I was full of testosterone and virility and all those other things, and I had to prove it too. Actually, you don't know when you're not full of virility when you have to prove it to everybody. So I must not have been very virile, but I had to prove it. And of course, right away I'm connecting with the Guatemalan muchachas and trying to find ways to talk to them and hook up with them. I actually played spin the bottle down there, which was fun. But one day in a neighboring town on Lake Atitlan in Guatemala, they had a celebration. And so we all got in this open back end truck and drove through the mountains and went to this village, and they had their fiesta. And it's really a toned down fiesta. I mean, anything around here would be, 100 times bigger than this one was, but it was still beautiful. All the Indians came from around their different clothing and headdresses and languages, and it was a beautiful, beautiful event. But what I was involved with was a bullfight. They had a bullfight in a corral, and of course, as I'm watching, that's what almost all the men went to. They went down on the corral. The corral was about maybe 7, 8, 10 feet up around it, and they would walk up on it and stand there and yell and scream, and one by one they'd let the bulls in. And the bulls are really more like what we would look at as a Great Dane size bull. They weren't these big trained bulls like they have in Mexico City or in Madrid. These were little, scraggly cows from the hills. And so let the bulls in there, and then a couple drunk guys would jump in there and start teasing it and goof around. So I said, I am going to get in there and I'm going to show how tough I am. So I jumped in there, and I was, as soon as I jumped in, everyone's yelling, "Ah, the gringo, mira gringo," and the crowd started screaming. But I was so scared, my heart was about to jump out of my chest. And all I did was walk with my hand along the fence like this. I couldn't let go of the fence. And I had some firecrackers in my pocket. And I was lighting them, throwing them at the bull, hoping the bull would charge. And the one last thing I did was I never fought the bull. I was so scared, I didn't have the guts to get out because I had to prove to these Guatemalan girls how tough I was. And at the last moment, a couple other guys got in and we started talking. So I'm facing the sticks the wall here and talk to some people, and suddenly these two guys did a flip over the fence. I go, yeah, who's brave now? Who's brave now? And I turned around, the bull was in a full roar at me. And I think I flipped over the fence in about 1/8 of a second. And everyone was yelling, "Ay, gringo, he's so scared, he can't do anything." You know, I said, well, what the hell. Anyway, thank you very much, and have a great night.
Tim John, everybody, give it for him one more time.
You fought a bull to impress